Hello there and welcome to the third video for the free-to-play mid to late game guide for the Dream Realm bosses itself. So we are back again with Snow Stomper or Yeti as I like to call it usually. So before I start the guide, right, I'm going to talk about a few things which like viewers actually ask me about. So number one is, why are you on this server and why are you competing against the whales? Why not make a new account elsewhere or make a new account on a less competitive server? Okay, to answer that question, right, let me start by talking about the original intentions of this account. So I started this account because I wanted to play with my friends from the PTR side, because I was on a different PTR server compared to them. So I was like, oh yeah, sure, let's play together, right? So I decided to join them, and then I decided to create a content on this account, completely free to play. Also to show the free-to-play players that you can actually still play the game. Like, it's just, you know, like not the most optimal way to play it, but from a free-to-play player's perspective, the original goal of this account was to clear up all the available contents that free-to-play players can play, and then I'm done with it, right? Like, it is I'll say like a content account personally, so I don't intend to focus too much efforts on it. And even if I do continue playing it, I don't really care about the resources that I get. So I guess for free-to-play player that is very concerned about the rewards, then you will be better off finding a less competitive server, right? But if you're fine with just playing the game, enjoying the story, and playing with your friends, doing whatever you like, I guess it's fine. Like, it doesn't really affect that much, although yes, your progression will slow down a little bit, but it all depends on how you want to play the game. So that's something that I want to clarify. And the second point that people often ask me is like this build doesn't work, right? I have better damage. This unit does more damage for me. So my answer to that is, yeah, just do whatever is best for your account. Like, I'm not a know-all for like the different accounts. Like, I don't even know how much your hero, like what's the tier of a hero, right? I also don't know the EX weapon. I don't know the equipments. So based on how you build up your account damage will be different, right, from person to person. So personally, take my account or my videos as a benchmark for yourself. But if you find a way to increase your own damage that is not using whatever I suggested, I say go ahead, right? Just do what makes you stronger, do what gives you more damage so that you can perform better and get more rewards for your ranks. So that's just that. Okay, so that's for the 2 pointers that I want to clarify. So let's start with the guide. For this guide itself, for Snow Stomper, right, this is my most optimal setup. I'm gonna shift my torrent in front. Okay, so for Snow Stomper's case, right, the massive problem with Snow Stomper is the massive AoE silence, which basically lasts throughout, like, I'll say 80% of the battle. So you only have that 20% where your units can use their skill to maximize your unit's ability. So for this boss per se, you kind of want to use units that are not very reliant on their ultimate, or they have ultimates where once they use it, right, the ultimate will just stick on the boss, or like the ultimate will carry through even if you get silenced. You don't want to use channeling units like Smokey. Corin will fall off a little bit because Corin is quite reliant on his skills to do more damage. But if you don't have other units built up, then you can definitely use Corin. So for Merrily's case, Merrily is not that much affected. In a sense, Merrily is always a carry that relies heavily on normal attacks. So this unit is not that much affected by the silence, other than her stacks building up much more slowly. Overall, Merrily will still be delivering top tier damage. So the most optimal team will be one where you run Merrily as well as Kruger. But for my case, right, as usual, I will always feel my strongest unit, so OD and Torrent in this case. So OD is also an amazing unit on this boss, because once OD throws out the ultimate, he doesn't rely too much on the skill. Like, once the ultimate starts kicking in on the boss, every part of this unit skill will come into effect. So it's a very good carry specifically for this boss. So Torrent's case, same thing. I think for Torrent's case, his role in this boss will be more of the keeping your carry alive role, and also tanking the front line role, in a sense. Like, this unit is just very good on the front line with all the reverse counters as well as multiple lives and stuff. So it helps to take some of the damage from OD while dealing damage on his own, because he's quite high tier in my account. So that's the role of Torrent. Then I use Reyna to swap in our dear Shakir. So the purpose of using Shakir is, number one, for the factional bonus for me, so I get more factional bonus, as well as Shakir being a very fast unit. So if, let's say, OD, which is gonna be the units that get trapped by the snowball most of the time, will actually be broken free more easily with Shakir, because Shakir can just run to the back and hit the snowball, quickly like helping your carry out so that your carry can continuously do damage. Then the last unit I use Coco because Coco's ultimate is very powerful in giving life drain as well as damage reduction, so effectively keeping your team alive. And Coco, I would say, is less skill reliant compared to Smokey and it's more beneficial for this boss. So it's also for the fractional bonus. So if let's say your units can survive and you don't need that much survivability, I'll strongly suggest using Merrily. So later on I will do two builds, one with Coco, right, with the support, and the other with Merrily to show you guys the differences. So with Merrily, the fractional bonus will be lower, right? I'll start with Coco's first. So let's start the run. Okay, the reason why I'm not using Kruger is because my Kruger is very weak on this account. So if you have a very high tier Kruger with the EX weapon unlocked, Kruger will be a much better choice in a sense because Kruger has a debuff and Kruger can tank up better compared to Shakir. But Shakir with the Rainer buff itself, right, doesn't die that easily because Shakir can transform into the wolf state, which gives him damage reduction as well as life drain, right? So this allows Shakir to restore a little bit of his HP, and as you guys can see, there's actually an aura around Shakir which also effectively buffs up Aldir Torrent. So my Shakir is not at Mythic Plus, so I do have the EX weapon, so the wolf form doesn't last for very long. But in this case, it's more than sufficient because as long as he's alive, as long as he helps bring Smokey out of the snowball ASAP, that's good enough. Because as you guys can see, even with Shakir helping, like the snowball is still doing a lot of damage to Odie. So in this case, Shakir did die, but I think Shakir did the job and I managed to break my personal record, which is 14 million. I can't remember what's the exact, but I broke my personal record with the new best. So let's take a look at the damage distribution. So my main carry is obviously Odie and Torrent, as you guys can see. So because they're the highest tier unit, they're going to do the most damage. So Shakir's role is there to break the snowball and provide a little bit of looping aura for the frontline unit, which is mainly Torrent. Then Rainer is to send Shakir in so that Shakir can get the heals from the boss, as well as allow Shakir to move to the boss more quickly. Then Coco is there for the defense, the ultimate buff for the team whenever she's able to use it. So that's the damage distribution. Next one, I'm gonna put in Merrily, right, to showcase the difference. So if you cannot survive, okay, so there's another way you can actually do it. So if you don't rely on Shakir, you kind of want to like just do pure damage, right? Then what I can suggest is not using Shakir and then just using Coco. I think Coco is quite important for this team because I don't think my team can survive without Coco's ultimate. So what I'll do is actually I will send in Merrily instead. Like this will help keep Merrily alive, and Merrily also does the role of attacking the snowball as well. So in this team, right, Odie will definitely be the highest damage dealer. So Merrily is also good enough to sort of help remove the snowball, as you guys will see later on. So she doesn't have an EX weapon, unfortunately. So if I have her EX weapon, I'll always take Merrily over Shakir, at least at this stage of the game, because the damage that Merrily can do is insane. So as you guys can see, Merrily is also hitting the snowball. So Merrily and Torrent will be the main snowball hitter. So the issue with this boss is that I think some units simply doesn't hit the snowball. I don't know why. It's just, I think, like an in-game mechanism thing. And personally, I feel that if let's say there's a unit I want to remove, right, I'll remove Shakir more than Coco, at least for my team setup, because I feel that the team will actually die off because based on how low the HP of my units went, right, Coco's ultimate did help to sort of keep my team for a little bit healthier with the life drain as well as damage reduction. So that's that. Okay, so the ultimate is kicked in, so whatever damage is dealt to my team will be reduced. And then from here, Coco is also healing up Odie, which will help keep Odie alive for the longer time. Okay, I think I might be able to break the damage though, based on the thing. Oh no, Odie is dying. Yeah, very close, as you guys can see from here. So we are very close in terms of the damage. So this is the damage distribution. So we swapped out, I'll say, like a little bit more survivability for like in terms of stats, as well as a little bit of stats for Merrily, right? Merrily did more damage than Shakir. But because Shakir was a mauler, he gave more stats to our other units as well. So it's a trade-off, but I think in terms of this account, the damage range is roughly the same because Merrily doesn't have an EX weapon yet. If I have Merrily's EX weapon, I'll definitely feel her 100% of the time because her damage output will increase greatly with this EX weapon boost. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this Yeti video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys again in the last free-to-play mid to end game Dream Realm boss guide update. Bye guys.